was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into the Pharaoh's cup and placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand. What I say, wine, right? Grapes and cup, wine. And Joseph said to him, this is the interpretation of it. 3 branches are 3 days. Christ represented rising in the 3rd day. Now within these 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your place, and you will put Pharaoh's cup in his hand according to the former manner when you were his butler. But remember, when it's well with you, and please show kindness to me, make mention of me to Pharaoh, and get me out of this house. For indeed I was stolen away from my land of the Hebrews, and I also have done nothing here that they should put me into the dungeon. And the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good. He said to Joseph, I also was in my dream, and there were 3 white baskets on my head. In the upmost baskets were all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh, and the birds ate them out of the baskets on my head. So Joseph answered and said, this is the interpretation of it. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within the 3 days, Pharaoh will lift off your head from you and hang you on a tree. Jesus was, they said, what? Crucified on wood. They say he was crucified on a tree, right? And the birds will eat your flesh from you. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast for all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and the chief baker among his servants. Then he restored the chief butler to his butlership again, and he placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet the chief butler did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. This is the key part of what I wanted to point out, was that the butler and the baker, the cupbearer, the wine, and the baker, the bread, right? The wine and the bread. He said, don't forget to mention me, right? This is communion, breaking of the bread and drinking of the wine, right? Breaking of the bread and drinking of the wine, communion with the Lord. Remember, Luke 22, Jesus says, do this in remembrance of me. Do this in remembrance of me. Let's look it up. 22:19, Luke 22:19, and he took